Hi, my name is Michael Harmon, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker in private practice in Scottsdale, Arizona. I've been in private practice for about 13 years, and before that I worked in several psychiatric hospitals that were acute with adults that suffered from multiple psychological disorders. My style of counseling is one in which I am very proactive in getting the patient involved and working on their own issues by giving them tools to work with. I'm very motivated, I'm very passionate about what I do. I expect clients to be willing to work here. This is not a situation where somebody just comes in and we talk back and forth and go, how do you feel, and how do you feel about that, and how do you feel about this, and how do you feel about that. There's a great deal of knowledge that's passed on here and a great deal of work that I ask the client to do in order to be able to achieve the goals that they're here to achieve. One of the qualities that I have is that I've walked through the same problems that a lot of these clients have had. Unfortunately, I got involved with drug use at a very early age, at the age of 10 years old. I entered into recovery at the age of 30. I come from a family that was alcoholic. My grandparents were alcoholic. My father was alcoholic. My brother is a recovered drug addict. My sister is a recovered drug addict. And so I've walked through the emotional problems that these people have walked through. I've been clean and sober now for 25 years, as well as suffering from weight problems. I've always been a heavy man. I was a heavy boy. But since I began doing what I've been doing, I've lost quite a bit of weight. And I know that the treatment that I'm going to explain to you in a little while works really well with people who are trying to overcome eating disorders or overcome other type of addictions that they're having problems with. What I do is I approach people holistically. What I've found over the years is that there's more to a human being than just one type of psychological function. The research has come to show that if we're going to treat people regarding mental health, we have to treat all of the person. That means treating them biologically, treating them psychologically, treating them emotionally, treating their spirituality. Several years ago, I attended a continuing education program at Harvard University called Mind-Body Medicine. Now, over the years since Western medicine has brought neuroimaging into the mainstream of healthcare, things like PET scans, CAT scans, MRIs have begun to show that there is a significant connection between the brain and the body. The connection is so significant that now we're beginning to understand that there is no difference between the brain and the body, that they're actually one unit. What research has also shown is that for years and years, alternative methods of therapy have been ignored because there has not been enough scientific information proving to the Western medical field that these alternative methods of therapy work. In mind-body medicine, we use a number of techniques to help people. First of all, for somebody with eating disorders, we're going to address the physical problems. Now, you know, there's a big movement for everybody to exercise, but exercise and weight loss is actually only 20% of the recovery process. The 80% of the recovery process comes in with people changing eating habits. And if somebody is suffering from depression, if somebody is under stress, if somebody has come from a past in which there have been emotional problems, they're going to use eating as a method to be able to resolve those emotional problems, to be able to comfort themselves, to be able to escape from certain things that have happened to them while they were younger, maybe sexual abuse, maybe physical abuse, whatever these things may be. So in addressing the body, what we do is look at what is healthy eating. Part of what I do is getting people to wean themselves off of white sugar. We know white sugar causes a tremendous amount of inflammation in the body. We also know it leads to diabetes. Diabetes leads to other significant illnesses and creates a tremendous amount of depression for people and anxiety as well. So that's one of the aspects I look at as far as how do I get involved with their body without trying to cross over into the field of medical care. As far as mind goes, one of the things we look at now is something called mindfulness meditation. We know that helping people look within themselves, learning to quiet the mind, learning to slow down all the noise, all the voices, all the things that they have to deal with on a daily basis, which cause them to continue to behave in a way that they're trying to avoid, is a very important topic to address. So mindfulness meditation is one of the things that we use in mind-body medicine. Another area is something called creative visualization. We think in the realm of pictures, and what we do with creative visualization is help the patient to be able to picture themselves differently, picture their looks differently, picture their lives differently, picture how they're going to behave, how other people are going to behave towards them. From creative visualization, we go into what we call cognitive behavioral therapy. How do we challenge these thoughts? How do we change our thoughts? How do we change our beliefs? We also use self-hypnosis in mind-body medicine to be able to address unconscious beliefs that people have. There is a moving meditation that we use called Qigong meditation, which is a very slow form of energy meditation. Some of the practitioners use yoga, some of the practitioners use Tai Chi. I prefer to use Qigong. One of the other things that we use in mind-body medicine is what we call creative journaling. We want people not just to write down the negative thoughts they have during the day, but we want them to put together what we call a gratitude journal. What are the things in life that they're grateful about? How do we get these people to start looking at the positive things in their life? Which also brings in the aspect of positive psychology, which is also used in mind-body medicine. So what we do is we take all these different modalities or all these different treatments and we roll them up into one. And so the treatment treats the mind in the aspect of thinking and feeling and emotion. The last area that we work in is spirituality. Is this person following some sort of spiritual lifestyle? Now, I don't mean religious lifestyle, because there's a lot of problems with religion today, and a lot of people have been turning away from their religious background. But spirituality, what do they do to contribute to the world? What do they do to contribute to their environment, to their neighborhood? What are they doing to make a place in this world? How do I get people to stay with this type of lifestyle once they leave here? I instill in them the belief that they're capable of doing this, that they have inside of them an ability to be able to go much farther than they've ever brought themselves before. That there's an ability to be able to conquer these eating disorders, whether it's anorexia, whether it's bulimia, whether it's being overweight, whatever these challenges are that people have and are suffering from. If I can instill a positive sense of self within them, a positive sense of wanting and desiring and creating passion for them to be able to overcome these disorders and to be able to see that there's something more in themselves and there's something more in life than what is prohibiting them from moving forward, then I have a good success rate and a good rate in getting people to stick with what they do. The questionnaire asked me about a success story, and I got to tell you the biggest success story is myself. I came from a home in which there was a great deal of physical and emotional abuse. I turned to drugs at the age of 10 years old due to influence by my older brother, who was 18 at the time. I was a daily drug and alcohol user until the age of 30. I had dropped out of high school in the 11th grade. I returned back to college after 2 years of sobriety. I earned a bachelor's degree while working full-time. I earned a master's degree after that. I've been married for 16 years to the same lady. I have 2 beautiful children. I have a career that I love and have a great deal of passion for. And all this has come from the ability of somebody who never thought they were worth a dime. So if you're asking who is my biggest success story, I have to say myself. I hope that provides the information you're looking for. And if there is any other further information I can provide for you, please feel free to call. Thank you.